Hi there, welcome to this video. So in this video, I wanted to go over how to use oracle cards for guidance and clarity. So we're going to get into why using an oracle card or doing an oracle reading or even a tarot reading is so powerful and effective in getting like direction and guidance from the universe and how all of that energy stuff works. And I'm going to get into how to actually do a reading for yourself. So how to ask your questions, set an intention, what to do, how to shuffle the deck, how to pull cards, how to do a reading, and how to like interpret the messages. I do have 4 different oracle decks here. I have 2 of mine that I created and 2 just random ones, and I'll do kind of like a mock reading where I'll pull some cards and then I'll kind of go through the messages and give you an example of kind of like how it works and like how you can do a reading for yourself. So I hope that you enjoy this video, and let's get started. Okay, so how does all of this stuff work, right? So how is it that using an oracle deck and oracle cards are able to really give us guidance? I believe that everything is energy, okay? You, me, this table, these cards, everything vibrates and everything is energy in essence, okay? So there's no actual physical form, and this is actual science. I mean, this isn't any sort of theory or like woo stuff that I'm making up. So yeah, everything is energy, and so everything is connected. I was a skeptic as well when it came to like tarot readings and oracle readings. So the reason I started believing in it is not because I'm like, okay, I'm gonna believe in it. It was because things were so accurate and things were just coming true in my life. Like I would do readings and I would really tap into what was going on in my life, and it was eerie in a lot of ways. Like, whoa, how do you know this? You know, like how do these cards know that this is what I'm going through? And it started just turning into like a tool that I use now, you know, to get guidance. Okay, so let's get into how this all works, okay? So like I said, I believe, and it's actually the truth, but everything is energy. But from a spiritual perspective, we are all connected. Everything is connected, and when you, let's say, ask a question, right? You put the question out there, like, what should I do with regards to my career? Okay, give me some guidance. What should I do with regards to my career? This question, you know, it gets picked up in this energy field, right? By the universe, by the divine. You get heard. And then you're like, I'm gonna allow you to use these cards as a medium to communicate with me. So oracle cards and tarot cards are really just a vehicle through which the divine communicates with us. There's so many different ways that the universe communicates with us, and cards is one of them. But the reason that this is so effective and powerful is because it's so specific. There are literal, like, I mean, there are technically words, right? Like forgiveness. So like this is literally like words being communicated to you. So you can't mess that up, right? Obviously with the tarot, it's a little bit more in depth and it's a little bit harder to interpret, and this is where your intuition comes in. So it's very important that you use your intuition when interpreting these messages. When you do receive them, when you do pull a card, you use your intuition and you tune into like what you think is trying to communicate to you on a deeper level. Don't really overanalyze it. Don't overanalyze it with your mind. Just kind of tune into the energy of the card and feel it. You have to feel it. So you have to be very present for it. But anyway, so this is the medium or the vehicle, one of the vehicles that the universe, you know, the divine, the higher energies, your higher self, your soul uses to send you messages, to communicate with you. It's a very active experience. It's a very purposeful and intentional experience, because it's not like you're just going about your day and there's a random hawk that you see. This is like, I need help, I need guidance. And then you consult, you know, like an oracle deck, and then you ask some questions. A part of that is, this is a very sacred experience. This is not to be used lightly or like to have fun with and just, oh, let me do another one. I mean, it's fun to do readings, but the messages might not be as accurate if you're constantly just playing around with it and playing games with it. In the beginning, obviously, like do that so that you can learn yourself, you can learn how it all works. But when you're asking like a serious, legitimate question, you do have to be very intentional with it, and view the experience as sacred, because this is divine communication coming through, and whatever messages you receive, don't overlook it and don't dismiss it because you're not happy about the message. One of the things that I have learned while doing these readings for myself and for others, because I do read professionally for people, you can check out that service. But what I have noticed while, doing readings is I don't get what I want to hear. That's not, the universe doesn't care about like making you happy or fulfilling your ego. The universe wants to deliver the truth and what it is that you need to know and what you need to hear at the exact time that you asked it, okay? So you have to be really open when you're doing these readings, okay? So like I said, it's a sacred experience. It's not something to take lightly. And when you receive a message, you ask a question and you receive your message, don't ignore the message and dismiss it and say, no, I didn't like that one. I didn't like that message. Let me do it again. Let's do another reading. And then you shuffle the cards and then you ask the same question trying to get a different answer. Don't mess with it. The answer that you get, really take your time, tune in, what is it trying to tell you, and apply it, apply it to your life, or see if it resonates with you. Tune into your intuition, into your body, and feel through it, and you'll know if the message is for you or if it's not. And this is when you do personal readings, or even when you consult other people doing readings for you. Always at the end of the day, trust yourself and trust your own resonance, and if it feels right or true for you. So basically, what happens is when you ask a question, and whatever it is, the universe, God, the divine, your soul, your higher self, whatever it is that you want to, higher intelligence, whatever you refer to as a higher power, this energy, this divine energy picks up on your energies around you, right? Those potential possibilities. It also picks up on your intuition, so your soul, things that you already know and feel inside that you're not consciously aware of. So it picks up on those energies and on your subconscious mind, what's going on beneath the surface, again, things you're not aware of. And it brings it to light. Okay, so these cards, when they come out, it's really taking the darkness, not even darkness, but just things from the depths of you, the depths of your being, the depths of your consciousness, and then the energies all around you. And it just kind of puts it on the table for you to interpret and to use as guidance. I think it's a wonderful, powerful tool because, like I said, our human ego minds aren't really capable of going that deep. So what better tool than Oracle and tarot cards to get deeper guidance? And like I said, take it with a grain of salt and don't take it as gospel, as oh, the cards have to do this, I must do this. No, live true to yourself and always follow your own truth, your own intuition. Always at the end of the day, that's the best guidance system that you can have. This is just an extra tool that you can use. Okay, so let's get into some steps that you can take to do an oracle reading for yourself. So the first step that I would recommend is to set your question, set your intention, right? So what is it that you want guidance, clarity, or confirmation on? So what is your question? And you identify your question and you ask your question. And you address the universe, or you address whatever. You don't have to address anything. You just ask the question, but you have to be there fully present with your question. So let's say your question is I would like guidance on what to focus on right now in my life. So your question can be very general like that. It doesn't have to be specific, but make sure you're very direct and clear about your question, okay? So don't be confusing. Don't do should I do this or should I do that? Have one question. I would leave room for guidance and advice, okay? That, just open the door and be what do you want to say? You could even do that. What do I need to know right now? So it could be very general. You could be even going through some sort of anxiety and you have a problem and be oh, please tell me what I need to hear to relieve my anxiety. Okay. What is the truth of this connection? If you're doing a relationship reading, what is the truth of this connection? So step 2 is to meditate on your question to get into the right energy, and also to only invite in positive, loving energies to communicate with you, right? So I would just close my eyes and just kind of tune, calm your energy a little bit, and ask the question please, universe, divine, God, whatever it is that you want to address, give me some guidance and clarity on what I need to focus on in my life right now. Please give me messages of the highest truth for the highest good of all involved, only based in pure and divine intentions and positive energy. So just something like that, to where you're just making sure that it's just like truth that's coming in and not some sort of manipulation from like some nasty lower vibrational energy. Okay, so step 3 is to choose your oracle deck. If you only have one, then that's obviously the one that you're going to choose. If you have a couple, you might want to use all of them. So do you want to just do one? Like if you're asking a question about love, maybe you just want to consult like your love oracle deck, or if you're asking a question about like personal guidance, spirituality, then you're going to consult maybe one of your more like spiritual decks. So it just depends, and then how many decks do you have, or like what do you have going on. So I'm just gonna kind of go through, like I'm just gonna choose one. I'll do the Sacred Destiny Oracle, and I'll kind of go through the reading of like how I shuffle and how I choose cards, and then at the end I'll incorporate the other 3 decks as well, put the reading together, and to kind of show you how to interpret the messages when there's more than one card. Okay, so step 4, I think we're on. You've chosen your deck, you shuffle the deck, okay? So you can shuffle however you shuffle. There's no right way of shuffling. It's literally whatever you want to do. I've split the deck, and I give it a good shuffle. I do recommend shuffling because it does like kind of mix up the energies. And as you're shuffling, you're repeating the question, okay? So you're kind of like in your head or out loud, you're kind of just like, what do I need to know right now? Please give me guidance on what do I need to focus on right now. And you just, whenever you feel like you're ready is when I would stop shuffling. This is one way to shuffle. Other ways to shuffle is like, regularly. I mean, obviously there's like the fancy way. That. But whatever, just like shuffle the deck, get the cards mixed up, and you would pull a card. Okay, so this is where we get fancy. I'll show you my favorite way of pulling a card at the end, and I already made a video on this, so if you've seen it, then you see it again. But so different ways of pulling a card. So let's say I want to know about guidance, about what I need to focus on right now. You can just, wherever you feel like, close your eyes and just like pull a card. Okay, you can just kind of lay out the deck like this, and just whatever either you feel or whatever you like. Okay, pull a card. There we go. You can also split the deck, get the top card. You can split it 3 ways, get the middle one. I'm not going to use those cards for the reading right now because that's just too many cards. You can also shuffle like this. I've seen people do this, where they just kind of do this. And then whatever either falls out, or like you're shuffling and you're like, that one. And then you pull it and you put it out. You'll learn your way. Whatever comes most naturally to you. But yeah, like my favorite way of doing it is sometimes I like to do it where I'm pulling the card, because like if I'm tuned into the energies, then whatever card I pull is the one that I am meant to pull. But sometimes I really just like to leave it all to the universe, and I'm like, you know what? Whatever card flies out or jumps out or falls out is really like the universe wanting that card to come out. So I'm not even putting my energy into it. I'm just shuffling, and whatever wants to fly out, fly out. And sometimes I feel like doing that. So I just shuffle like this until, and I shuffle loosely. So this is like an art, like you kind of have to learn it. But I just shuffle. So those kind of awkwardly fell out. But sometimes they just fly. Like that one flew, right? That's cool. And how many times do you do that? Whenever this is a very intuitive process. So even just the fact that I'm giving you like steps and stuff is weird, because this is just my way, and I'm also incorporating other ways that I've seen other people do it. So I'm just giving you as much as I can. But at the end of the day, it's really just whatever you feel is right for you. This is your journey, your energy, your life. Okay, so that's the other one. So you shuffle the deck and you get your cards out. Okay, so you choose your cards, you get your cards out. Also, I would like to say that one of the things that makes this experience so beautiful and powerful and effective and sacred is when you ask a question from the universe, like, what do I need to focus on right now? And then a card comes out that is something that is really, really relevant for you, like action. And let's say you have been in this space of non-action and feeling stuck and stagnant and just kind of like not motivated. And you're like, what do I need to focus on right now? And the question's general, but the card that comes out is action. And you're like, oh, I know that that's what I need to focus on. I know that I have to take, I deep down intuitively know I have to do that. I just don't want to admit it to myself. And this is where the universe, you know, the energies, whatever, it picks up on your own truth. Like, it picks up on what you already know deep down inside that you might not be wanting to tell yourself or admit to yourself. So when the action card comes out, it resonates so deeply because you're like, I know this. And I have done so many readings for people where I don't even know the person, and I'll the cards will come out and I'm like, oh yeah, like, focus on your passion, like really go forward and like pursue your dreams, and you know, just whatever the messages are. And they're like, I don't know how you knew that about me, but yeah, that's exactly what I've been feeling like I need to do. And I'm like, hey man, I'm just the messenger, you know? So it's like the messages come through and then this person hears exactly what they need to hear because they know deep down inside this is what they need to do. So that's the most beautiful part of doing readings. And you'll notice that once you start doing these readings for yourself and you're truly tuned in and you're aligned and all of that good stuff, and you really want help, like you really want advice, like you're genuine. And when things like that happen, it's also so beautiful because you're literally getting confirmation that you're not alone on this journey. You know, your higher self is with you, your spirit guides are with you every step of the way, trying to help you and guide you. Look, they're even showing you with the cards. They're even showing you through listening to your question and giving you an answer. Like, what else can you want, you know? So it's a beautiful experience. Highly recommend it. And you will notice at home when you're doing these readings for yourself that the messages are really accurate and they're always what you need to hear. Also, one more little side tip before we get into the next step, which is doing an actual reading, how to interpret the cards. I just want to say I wouldn't like rely on oracle cards and the tarot like right away before consulting your own intuition and tuning into like, well, what is right for me. I wouldn't just rely 100% on oracle cards, and also I wouldn't jump on doing a reading every minute of every moment of your day trying to have the cards direct your life, because that's being dependent. You know, you want to be independent in your power. This is an additional tool to use, but not to attach to, cling to, be dependent on. Okay, just remember that, because it's so powerful and useful that it's easy to just have this as your like, oh, I can't go anywhere without my oracle cards or my tarot cards because otherwise I don't know how to go through life. No, that's not what we want. We want all of us to be empowered and in our power and to be able to navigate life based on our heart and soul, and our intuition. This is just additional guidance. Just remember that. Okay, so the final step is to interpret the cards. So what is the card trying to tell you? What are the messages, okay? So our original question is, what do I need to know right now, or what do I need to focus on right now at this point in my life? So that's your question. So you go through your deck. So now we're going to use 4 decks, and this is how we're going to interpret the messages. So I'm just going to pull one card, or however many ones to come out. So I'm shuffling the deck, setting the intention. What do we need to focus on right now? Well, let me get that. And I'll show you what cards came out after. So what do we need to know or focus on right now? What do we need to know or focus on right now at this point in our life? Okay. Then for the self-empowerment oracle deck, and then for our love message, what do we need to know or focus on right now? And then this one, I'll just pull a random card. Okay, Perfect. So we have 4 cards here, and we have thriving. So this is one of the cards. It's a beautiful card. We have awakening, ancient wisdom, deep inner knowing is emerging within me. You are so powerful, you can manifest anything. And divine order. And I just want to know, it's so beautiful how all of these cards go together. Like there's not some random like out of order, out of place card in here. You know what I'm saying? Like there are a lot of different messages in these cards, and these all go so beautifully together. So that is a synchronicity, and I would pay attention to those in your readings. Where like, oh my God, this one goes with this one and this one, and okay. So it's kind of like you're telling a story. So first and foremost, you're relying on your intuition, you know, and all of that. And I mean, I'm not like here to teach you how to be like a tarot reader or whatever, okay? That's my job. You can come and get a reading with me. But I do want to empower you, and I do want to, if maybe you do want to learn, you know, whatever. But you don't have to know, is what I'm saying. You don't have to be like know how to read energy in order to use oracle cards to your advantage. Okay, so we have thriving. So the way that I would read these messages is you could either read them individually, right? So the universe wants me to know right now, wants me to focus on my own power within me, my ability to thrive as a person, my ability to manifest anything that I desire. So once I step into my power to manifest what it is that I desire, then I am definitely going to shine and thrive like this giraffe on this picture. I would also study the picture if there are pictures on the decks. Mine don't have any pictures on these, but some oracle decks do. And I would study the picture and kind of see what I can pick up there. And I would see that like this giraffe is just standing out like this unique animal, super unique, right? Just like tall, long legs, weird, but it's just owning it. It's owning its weirdness. So maybe the message is to step out into your authenticity and to be your unique, weird, quirky self. And so to embrace your light, to embrace all of who you are. And then we have awakening ancient wisdom. And then I also see like a cup on here with like light coming out. And so I interpret the cup, like the cups in tarot represent like love and happiness and emotions, and there's like just abundance of light flowing out. So it's just like opening up your heart, and when you open up your heart, you're awakening ancient wisdom that lives inside of you. Like this stuff is already in you. This is a deep inner knowing is emerging within me. So the universe wants you to know that you're maybe having like a spiritual awakening or some sort of a transformation, or you're going to be gaining clarity very soon about something that's going to help you take action and manifest your desires and thrive in your life, and shine like this, you know, this giraffe with all of this beauty behind it, all of that light and everything. It's going to emerge and come and just like flow out of you, and you're going to radiate. And everything is happening in divine order. Okay, so divine order is really just, it's kind of telling us right now, we're doing this reading for us, right? It's kind of saying that everything is happening in perfect order and perfect timing, and there is no mistakes, there's no accidents, everything is happening as it should. So if at any moment we feel a little bit stuck or stagnant, or like we are like, why is this happening in this way? Like, why did this person do this to me? Why did this happen in this way? And instead of just getting lost in that and complaining, it's coming back and realizing, oh, this is divine order. There's an order to things in order to get to where it is that I want to be. It has to unfold in this order and in this time and in this way in order for me to in order for everything to align, right? Like everything like energetically to come together has to unfold in this way. So there's divinity behind the order of events in your life. So anytime you feel a certain way and you're questioning why is this happening, just trust that this is all part of the plan. This is how the dots connect, right? Like you go from this dot to that dot to that dot, that's hard to say, to that dot, and while you're going from one to the other, you're like, this doesn't make any sense, like why am I here? And then at the end, when you get to your final destination, to your next level where you can kind of oversee what just happened, you see like, oh my god, I see now why I had to do that and that and that and that and that, because that taught me this, that led me there, I met this person there, whatever. And then to get to a point where like I am now where I want to be, and I had to go through all of that as hard as it was. Okay, so that's divine order. So that's how I would interpret this message. So the overall message being to embrace the wisdom that you have within you, maybe meditate more, maybe tune into your intuition more and just listen to the guidance of your heart and your soul. And just to know your own inner power to manifest. You can create anything that you want. You are not a victim. Trust in this order of things and just kind of go with the flow and surrender. And focus on embracing your uniqueness, because that is going to help you thrive. So that's the message. That's how I would put it together. And you don't have to do so many cards at once. You can just do like one card or whatever. Let's do another little quick reading example. This video is way too long now, but you know, I'm having fun. Okay, so let's say that you are, now this is my True Love Oracle deck. Shuffle the deck. And let's say that you have a question about your relationship. What do I need to know about my relationship right now? So let's say you are in a relationship with somebody and you're just trying to get some guidance on this relationship. Just very general, okay? Just, is there anything I need to know about this connection? Is there anything I need to pay attention to that I'm not aware of? What can you tell me that I need to know at this moment with regards to my relationship with my person, okay? So then you shuffle the deck. And you can either just do like one card or, okay. Anything else that I need to know? And you're always you're always making decisions. There's no rules of, oh, well, this fell, I have to take all of these, or, well, that one fell. No, it's just, what, you know, like this, there's like 8 cards here. That's too many messages. I don't want it to be all mixed together. So I'm not going to take those, but I will take this one that fell because it's just one card and I already have 2. So the cards that we have are karmic partner, allow this to grow and take off the mask. So this would be like your messages, and karmic partner, you know, it's just basically a partner that you learn a lot of lessons from, and a lot of times it's not necessarily a negative thing. There's just a lot of lessons and growth to be had from this relationship. And, you know, it would be asking you to allow this to grow and to mature. Like, don't jump to conclusions just yet. Allow this to grow and mature. And also take off the mask. So be more authentic and be more vulnerable and be more open about who it is that you truly are, and express your feelings even, perhaps. So this would be a message to like express your feelings. Because I feel like, and there could also be toxicity in this relationship. So that could be like a red flag that the universe wants you to know, that like, hey, you know, there's something about this relationship that is karmic in nature, and it could be a person, like if you're experiencing a lot of challenges with this person, or a lot of arguments constantly, or conflict, it could be because this is a karmic partnership to where like you guys signed up, like you know, on a soul level, you know, you have a contract together to fulfill, to where you do trigger each other, but it's for a purpose, and it's so that you can heal some sort of wound in this lifetime. So that's why I allow this to grow, is like, don't give up on it. Go into it, because there's something you have to learn here. And also, please take off your mask, you know, remove the false self and be authentic, because otherwise you're not going to be able to learn this lesson. So maybe that's the lesson that you have to learn. That was another message there. So obviously I really enjoyed doing this, but I'm gonna end this video because this is crazy long. I hope that this was helpful, and that you can do your own readings at home and have fun with this, and that you can use this as a tool to receive guidance from the universe of how to move forward in your life, to get clarity on all sorts of different aspects in your life. If you would like to purchase any of my oracle decks, I will leave the link to that below. If you would like to receive a personal reading from me, I will also leave the link to how you can book that. I'm sending you so much love and success and all that goodness on your journey. Have fun doing your own readings, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.